Hi, I'm Becky, the Technology Assistant here at the Lakeville Public Library. Today we're going to learn how to download ebooks to your device. We're going to start with an iPad, and we're going to start by turning it on. And there's a top switch on the right-hand side, and you just click it once and it'll turn on your iPad. You swipe to open it up. The next thing you're going to do is find your Wi-Fi. There's a settings box, looks like a little gear. You click that, and that's when you'll find your settings on the side. The second box down is Wi-Fi. Click Wi-Fi, and the available networks will pop up. That's when you find what's available to you. Our next step is to download the app, and we have to go to the App Store. It's a blue box with an A in it. It says App Store underneath. You touch it on your iPad. In the top right, there is a search bar, and you have to search for the app called Overdrive. When you search it, it should be the first thing that pops up. Overdrive is the most popular app that's used for library downloads. About 80 to 90% of libraries in the country use it, and it's free. So you click the little blue box under it that says free, and it'll start to download. And it'll download to your device on the next available spot on your screen. It's a blue box with an O in it, and when you click that, you can open up and get to your app. To start to look for your library, you either swipe to the right or touch the menu button, which is the three lines at the top left, and you want to select Add a Library. To find our library, you type in our zip code, which is 02347. And you'll see that Lakeville Free Public Library is the first library that pops up. Select that, and then you'll see that it's the Sales Library Network. There's an orange star, and you click that, and that's when it will remember to save your library. You have the option to have other libraries added to this. That's why it has the Sales Library. You could also, if you have a OCLN card or a Boston Public card, you could add those too. Your next step will be to log in. At the top right, you'll see a very small Sign In button, and you click that. And that's when it'll pop up with the box for your library card and your PIN number. The PIN number is the last four of your phone. The library card number is the whole barcode on the back of your library card. If you click Remember My Login Information on this device, it will remember it every time, so you only have to put it in this one time. And then you click Sign In. Once you've signed into your account, the screen will look like this. I'm going to show you a few things here. You have a menu button here, an account, a help, and a search bar. When you click this menu button, the blue box will pop up with all the options for ebook and audiobook. When you click your account, that takes you to your actual account and what you have downloaded and what you have on hold. And there's a settings feature, which is what we're going to start with. On your settings, you'll see that you have different lending periods that has options. For ebooks, audiobooks, there's music and videos as well through Overdrive. The ebook, I recommend everyone put them at the farthest down to 21 days to 7 days. That way that you have them and they don't get automatically returned before you're finished with them. Because you can return things early. There's other options. There's maturity level. If you have kids looking at this and you want to limit it to what you can see. The same with cover and images. If you don't want things like romance novel covers being shown, you can click it over here and it'll just show a standard cover instead with just the title on it and not any imagery. And there's also a high contrast option for those who are visually impaired. When you have made your selections, you want to make sure you click Save. And that way, anything you download moving forward will have these features saved into it. Another thing here is you can see everything on your account right here. It says My Account. You have a limit of 6 items at a time. It says I have 1 checked out, so I have 5 more that I can check out. I can put on up to 6 things on hold, and you can see I already have 2 things on hold. So let's go back to our main menu. You'll always want to click the sales logo, and that'll take you back to your opening page with bestsellers and most recent returns and things like that. You'll see there's different logos on each of the books. There's a headset or a book, and then there's also music notes and a video if there's a music available or one of them is a video. But the most popular are ebooks and audiobooks. Audiobook is the headset, and the ebook is the little book. And when they're darker, like these are dark in the black, they are available to download right away. If they're grayed out, then they're they have to put a hold on them and wait. You'll see at this blue bar, as I showed you quickly earlier, the menu makes you come and go. There's ebook fiction, ebook nonfiction, audiobook fiction, and audiobook nonfiction. There's also a children's teen section if you just want to see what's available for kids and teenagers. There's also a featured collection section that has new titles, new videos, things that people recently returned, and regularly we'll have a seasonal title like this one has, Happy Halloween. You'll also notice that some of the titles have an orange A with a check mark in the corner. That means they're Lakeville patron preferred titles that we have purchased for you, and you have a much shorter wait or are available right away for download for just Lakeville patrons. And the other ones without that are what's available to everyone in sales. So let's pick a title to use as an option. When you touch it with the iPad, it'll pop up with what's the options for each title. You'll see borrow, sample, the flag is how you add it to your wish list. So if you click it, it'll add it to your wish list. You'll see a turn spread. This little icon here is to share it to social media like Facebook or Twitter. And then the more option, when you click that, it shows you the whole title and everything about it, a short description, what kind of availability it has, other subjects that it's got tagged on it, and how many copies are available in the library. So to download it, you click borrow. And that's when it'll pop up with the options to download to the device. So you'll see right here that there's a download with a drop down and then read in your browser. If it's something you clicked by accident, you can just click return title here, and you can quickly return it right away and it won't download. You could also read it in your browser. If you're connected to Wi-Fi and you don't want to download it to your device, you just want to read it now. If you click read in your browser, it'll pop up right in your Internet Explorer or your Google Chrome or whatever you're using. For these purposes, we're going to download to our device, so when you click download, the option for the Kindle book or the Adobe EPUB book will pop up. The Kindle book you'd only use if you're downloading it to your Kindle Paperwhite, your Kindle app, or your Kindle Fire. All other devices would use the Adobe EPUB. So we'll select EPUB and confirm and download. Once you've downloaded a book, you want to find it on your Overdrive bookshelf. The Overdrive bookshelf on your iPad is up in the upper left corner. You'll see a 3-line icon, which is your menu icon. When you touch that, it'll show you everything that's available in your Overdrive. So the first thing you want to do to find your book is click the bookshelf here. It's a little bit different than the bookshelf that's in your sales network. As I said earlier, you can connect yourself to multiple library networks like the Boston Public Library or the OCLN or a CLAMS network. So each one has their own bookshelf of their books that you're using, but your Overdrive bookshelf is all the books that you're reading on your device. So the bookshelf is the third or fourth one down, depending on how many libraries you have attached. So you just want to click that, and you'll see icons of each book pops up that you have downloaded to your device. So for these we're using Harry Potter. So we'll click our Harry Potter title, and you'll see that it pops up. What's really great about ebooks is that you can really manipulate them to work for your eyes no matter what you need. So when you touch the center of the screen, all your controls for your book will pop up. So you'll see that the 3 bar at the top left is your Overdrive menu. Then on the top right is the menu for your table of contents and your bookmarks. And on the bottom, you'll have a progress bar, as well as a brightness level, your font sizes and colors and shapes, and your wrench and screwdriver, which is the settings for the columns and the line spacing and the text alignment. You can really manipulate it. So say I want to look at my screen, but I want it to be a sepia color instead of black on white or white on black. I want to make my print bigger so that I can see it easier. I can change the font style. It can make it bold. You can make it really whatever works for you. Same with the text spacing. I like my words close together, and then I want it to be justified to the left. You can really do whatever you need to do to make it work for your eyes. You'll notice that in the top right corner there's a tiny little flag, and that's if you were reading a book for a book club and you wanted to flag a page to find it. You could just touch the flag, it'll turn bright blue, and then the bookmark shows up. So if you switch the pages when you swipe to the right or left, it disappears because it's on the one page that you marked. You go back and you'll find it. If you want to find them quickly, When you touch it to bring up your controls, you touch the top right, and that's when your overview and your table of contents and your bookmark bar will show up. Say you want to go back and look for more books and still have this book available. You don't want to keep reading, but you want to go back to the sales network and find out what else is available to you. When you click the center, your controls will pop up. The left-hand side is your menu, and you just click your sales library network and it takes you right back to where you left off. And again, to find your book, touch the top three, go back to your bookshelf, and your book is right there, and it goes right back to where you left off. Next, I'm going to show you real quickly how to return your book on the iPad. It's really simple. All you do is when you're on your bookshelf, your Overdrive bookshelf, you touch and hold the book cover, and when you hold it down, the menu options will pop up. It'll pop up with three things. Delete, which is if you want to delete it off this device because you're going to download it to a different device but don't want to return it to the library. The second one is return, which will delete it off your device and return it to the library. And then share, if you want to tell Facebook or Twitter what you're reading through Overdrive on your iPad, you click that and that's how you can tell the world what you're reading. So you just click to return, you click the middle option, it'll pop up with cancel or return. If you hit it by accident, you still have another chance to cancel it. And then you just hit return and it goes right back and you're all set to download more books. Another great feature that we have with Overdrive is to download audiobooks. When you're listening to audiobooks on your phone or on your iPad, you can plug it right in and you'll be ready to go. The controls for the audiobook are very simple. It's very basic. It has a back button, a 15 seconds backwards, a play button, a 15 seconds forwards, and a forward button. And when you hit play, your audiobook will start to play. When you hit pause, it'll stop. It's that simple. At the top, you'll see there's a bookmark option. You even have the option to bookmark your audiobooks. There's a sleep timer option where if you're like me and you like to listen to your audiobooks before you fall asleep, you can touch that and select the amount of time that you want and it'll automatically turn off. Then you can speed it up with the 1x button that's next to that. And again, you can share it to Facebook or Twitter to let them know what you're listening to. And at the very bottom, there is a scroll bar switch, and that's your volume control. That's just like the ebooks where at the top, there is a 3-lined, and that takes you back to your Overdrive bookshelf or your Overdrive account. Those are the basics to downloading ebooks to your device for your iPad or your iPhone. If you have other questions, you can certainly bring down your device to the library anytime we're open, and one of us will be able to help you with your library book download. You can also bring down your device for any technology questions on any Wednesday from 3 to 6, and I'll sit down with you and help you the best that I can to get you feeling more comfortable with your device.
This project is being funded through the Massachusetts Board of Library Commissioners, with funds from Library Services and Technology Act, a federal source of library funding provided by the Institute of Museum and Library Services.